In Movies and Money, a new streaming service is on the movie scene. We have film critic Erik Childress standing by to tell us more. Hello, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
Paramount Plus is the new player launching today. How is it stacking up against the others?
They sure did, Angie, and there was much anticipation to see how they were going to fit their model into that nook that could please theaters as well as the consumer. So for the price of $9.99 a month, which is higher than Disney Plus, Hulu, Peacock, and even a basic Netflix subscription, you can get a commercial-free Paramount Plus subscription, which is absorbing all the currently available content on CBS All Access, while adding many more television shows and over 2,500 movies. Now, speaking of movies, it turns out you will not be able to get the studio's planned theatrical releases on the same day, the way Warner Brothers is doing with HBO Max, at least not right away. Paramount is instead shortening its theatrical window to 45 days, at which time films such as A Quiet Place Part 2 and Mission Impossible 7 will be available on the platform. Now, the normal theatrical window has been 90 days, meaning no film could be put out on home video or streaming in that time. Now, that seems like a halfway surrender to the way other studios are approaching the pandemic era of exhibition. However, many statistics show that most movies have already made a significant portion of their grosses by their 6th weekend of release.
Well, business at the box office is picking up, and New York theaters giving a limited boost to viewership, possibly starting Friday. Is there confidence that film grosses are about to get a whole lot stronger?
We shall see, Angie. Thanks primarily to the release of Warner Brothers' critically lambasted but family-friendly Tom and Jerry, the overall box office surpassed $20 million for just the 3rd time since the pandemic restrictions began last March. So with Tom and Jerry leading the way with $14.1 million on a non-holiday weekend when it was also available to anyone at home with an HBO Max subscription, there's reason to show some optimism that people are beginning to get comfortable again going to the movies. Now, the next test will be this weekend when Disney's Raya and the Last Dragon will be in theaters, as well as available at home for a premium on-demand price on Disney Plus. I'm sure studios and theaters are hoping the box office can get over $30 million this time.
Well, one film that fans will not have to leave the house to see in theaters is a sequel to Eddie Murphy's Coming to America. Here's a peek.
But the throne must pass to a male heir. Hakim, it appears you have a son. He must be found.
Prepare the royal jet. We are going back to America.
Erik, is it good this film is not opening up on the big screen?
I do, Angie. Not merely for safety reasons, but if fans of the 1988 film are really interested in checking out the sequel available on Amazon Prime this weekend, it's best that they have to make as little effort as possible, because the same can be said of those responsible for this film. Now, the original Coming to America was one of many great films Eddie Murphy made in his rise to stardom in the 1980s, and while they've been trying to get this one made for years, the end result is endlessly disappointing. For starters, the film just is not very funny, spending a lot of time recycling gags and characters from the original. It is pretty cool of just how many people they managed to get back, but if they spent as much time making those phone calls and on the costume design as they did on the screenplay, maybe it wouldn't feel like a film I couldn't believe they even wanted to put in theaters in the first place. Director Craig Brewer just worked with Murphy on the terrific Netflix film Dolomite Is My Name, and here the actor just seems painted into a corner, practically relegated to being a supporting player to make room for the story of his illegitimate son becoming heir to the throne in lieu of his daughters. Curiosity will get the better of fans this weekend, but I feel word of mouth will travel quickly that Amazon's spending of $125 million to grab this from Paramount is much more than this lazy film would have made in theaters.
Well, thank you, Erik, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Angie.
More Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.